I look like do 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 won't you can't win. You can't break even and you can't get out of the game. Ooh, Michael. Oh, I got to sing that thing again. If you chilling in the bed with nothing to do, get up. It's time for a night with new. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh. What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite new girl in the weather, and you know that you're watching Nights a New Podcast, where it'll be all right by the end of the night. What's new? So far, the Trump administration has gotten rid of the CDC's Division of HIV Prevention. So there will be no more federal response to preventing HIV here in the United States. So far as of right now, there's 10 million people globally that are affected, but they have not been treated since the month of January. And they are predicting that by 2029, that over 4 million people will pass away from that. Please, please, please stay on top of your health. If you can abstain from jamming, I think that's the best way to go, because to be honest with you, you really can't trust anyone but yourself. Just because you would or would not do something does not mean that the person that you are with or the person that you are interacting and dealing with have that same thought process, no matter what a person says. You get what I'm saying? Like, so go out there and protect yourself. If you feel like that you cannot abstain, please wear protection. And then for you ones that are not, please do what you can to get on PrEP and PEP, especially PrEP in this age. PrEP is a preventive medication for you to keep you from contracting the virus if you are exposed to it. Okay, it's not just a drug for the LGBT community and things of that nature. Anybody that is sexually active, I strongly suggest that you go and talk to your doctor about getting on PrEP if you can, because of course funding has been taken away, so there probably will be some people that do or do not have access to it. More than just a DL issue, it's more than just an LGBT issue and things of that nature. I'm going to go on and jump into this. I have just been made aware of this kink that's been going around. Mind you, it's not a new kink. It's something that's been around. There's nothing new under the sun. Remember that. I'm just now being made aware of it. It's something called bug chasing. So bug chasing is a sexual kink and practice within the barebacking community. If you don't know what barebacking is unprotected sex, where HIV negative individuals intentionally seek unprotected sex with HIV positive partners and become infected with HIV. Conversely, they call themselves gift givers, which are people that have HIV, and they seek to have unprotected sex with HIV negative partners to knowingly transmit the virus. The motivations behind bug chasing are complex and debated, ranging from eroticism of the HIV infection to desire and experience a sense of intensity or brotherhood associated with the virus. First of all, what? That is so predatory, y'all. Now, the way that they kind of romanticize it a little bit, like it's always between two consenting individuals. No, it's not. You could be dating a bug chaser or a bug catcher, unbeknownst to you. You get what I'm saying? There are people out here who have STDs and STIs, and they go and try to infect as many people as they can. And a lot of the times, though, people do not know what they got going on. So once again, please, if you can't abstain from sex, which is what I strongly suggest, just leave it alone. Go get you some toys. Go get you something to handle yourself. Figure out how to twiddle your thumbs on your own, and abstain from it. Listen, sex ain't even all that, y'all. It's really not. It's not worth that to me. But y'all do what y'all must do that. Also, is this something that y'all have heard about? Is this new information for y'all as well? If not, share your thoughts about it or opinions or whatever the case in the comments below. I would love to keep this an open discussion. And the more that I hear and more that I learn about these things, I want to continue to have an open discussion about this situation. Also, to anyone who is HIV positive, now no longer going through treatment because of funding being pulled so you can't afford the medications, my thoughts and prayers are with you and your family, and I deeply apologize for what's going on, and I pray that some type of way there are some type of resources that you can get a hold to. I'm gonna do some research if I can find some grassroots or nonprofit organizations that could probably help. Maybe fund y'all medications or something like that. I will extend that information once I do know. There was a lovers triangle that happened in Nashville, Tennessee that turned deadly. Kiana Wilson lost her life about a week ago because she succumbed to a gunshot wound to the stomach that her husband's mistress did. Now, there have been a lot of dialogue about this situation. There are a lot of people who are saying that the wife was at fault. There's other people that are saying the husband at fault. I'm going to tell you what I know, and then we can keep this conversation going from there. So basically, what happened was she caught wind that her husband had been cheating. She ended up tracking the car, found the car, her husband's car. The car just so happened to be at the other woman's house. So because of that, she got out of the car, went to the door to confront the situation. The mistress was inside the house, made a warning shot, missed her. And then this is what's being said. The wife decided to go on and enter the lady's home. And then as a result, she was shot in the stomach, drove herself to the police station, and passed away. There's a lot of people that are saying that she had no business letting herself into that woman's home. How dare she do that? How dare she do that? How dare she do that? My thing, how dare the lady mess with somebody else's man? That's not your husband. That's someone else's man. Now, I understand defending yourself, especially if it's a situation where she, pretty much broke in, because that's what she did. It was breaking and entering. You don't know what's on that lady's mind. For the most part, you kind of do. You in there boot knocking with her husband, but at the same time, it's a situation where stand your ground. She broke in the lady's house. The lady shot her. Now, there is talk also about ring camera footage that said that the girl was not yelling, they were not arguing, they were not irate, and the lady, the mistress, actually let her in the home on the ring camera footage. I did everything I could to try to locate that ring camera footage because I was going to show it to y'all and also be able to form a better opinion about this situation. Mind you, I do believe that if I see the ring camera, my opinion is not going to change anyway. I couldn't locate it, y'all, and I'm so sorry. You up there rolling in the bed with somebody else's man. Comes to collect said man. What the husband should have done was just went on and let it be what it was and walked on out their door. Instead, he still allowed those ladies to have words, get into it, or whatever the case. Also, you are in that house with that lady, and you knew that she went and got a gun. I don't care what nobody say. You knew that. I'm pretty sure she told you, like, I'm finna go get my gun. I'm finna shoot her. I know she said it. And you still allowed that to happen. And then for her to have gotten shot and you did not take her to the hospital, you didn't do anything to try to prevent that from happening, husband. And I also found out from my research that after she got shot, the husband did not even tell their family that she had been shot until like 4 hours after the whole incident had happened. She done already she drove herself with a bullet in her, bleeding out, to the police station herself, and had passed away by then. And then you finally called and made a phone call saying that your wife got shot. Whole time, not like he was a serial cheater to her knowing. This is actually her first time ever knowing of him to be a cheater and committing adultery and things like that. This is her first time hearing of this, so she just wanted to come and have a conversation. That's what I had gathered. That's why I really wanted to see what that ring camera footage said. Regardless, now, like I said, there are so many people having conversations that's basically on the side of the side chick. I think that's because they are side chicks themselves. They either are side chicks or have been. And so they cannot compute how come a wife would move in that manner. And it's because you're not someone's wife, more than likely. I've never been anyone's wife either. However, I feel like had the circumstances been different, she still would have taken that lady out. I feel like if the circumstances had been different, if it was any other type of situation where they cross paths with each other, she was going to take that lady out regardless because you want her man. That's what I believe. Now, just because it's my opinion, it doesn't mean that it's facts. It also doesn't make this law true. Open conversation, open dialogue, y'all. So let's all talk about this within the comments. What are y'all thoughts about this? I personally believe that the husband and the mistress should be charged with that lady's undoing. I do. It's this couple that I've been seeing on the internet. I don't know if they're going through a divorce. I don't know if they're just toxic or if this is just some type of lovers game that they like to do amongst themselves. But they've been having a brawl for it all, trying to see who's gonna stay, who's gonna fall. Cause look at this, y'all.
All my motherfucking shit is in the closet. He ain't moved none of his shit, but you gonna come your ass over here and move my shit and just look at this dumbass shit. Look what he did. How the fuck I'm supposed to get my shit out my closet with no floor? Hi, Tony. You just be going too fucking far.
That is so petty and crazy. Like, I've never seen nothing like it. And then as I did a little bit of digging, I found the husband also.
Hey, Lulu. I took the floor out today. How are you gonna get your stuff out the closet for your retreat? Ha ha. Tell me what you're trying to one up me. Ha ha. Ain't no floor. Ha ha. Let's see if you can Spider Woman your ass over there.
So obviously she was about to take a trip or something like that, and just like some old regular ass maggot filled ass man, he don't remove the whole floor out of the bedroom. She can't walk in the room, y'all. The whole floor is gone. I found the video of the 95 Impala too. I don't know how she stole it, where she took it to, or whatever the case, but it seemed like it was in some type of like mechanic shop garage or something like that, and she was like vandalizing the Impala. She wants to see the 95 Impala. It's like one of those old school looking type of cars. So I'm wondering if I'm pretty sure it's like one of his like what do you call it? Like a toy to him, like a what do you call it? One of those fixer upper collector type cars that those men like to play with. I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know how to word it. So she was vandalizing things. She was spray painting over it, and she put somebody's name on there, named Sheila, in the video. And her name is Olu, which is like, as you heard the husband say, he was like Lulu. Her name is like Olu or whatever. So she was like, she spray painted Sheila over on his car, and then she was like, yeah, my name ain't Sheila, but you know, da da da. Going to assume that he must have been cheating on her and was cheating on her with some lady named Sheila. And that started the whole situation. That's what I'm going to assume. Ladies, have y'all ever been into a war with a significant other that y'all ever been in? Have y'all ever been in something toxic like that where y'all are tearing up each other's stuff? Have you ever slashed tires, busted out windows, anything like that of that nature? I would love to hear about it in the comments. Me personally, that's never been something that I've gotten to. When and if it ever got to a point to where things started to get domestic between me and a man, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm leaving. I'm a bounce every time. When it comes to some type of conflict and stuff like that, I just don't do well with that. And so like, if I feel like, you know what, this is not conducive to the rest of my life, I'm gonna go on and head out. So no, there has never been a time where I found out I was getting cheated on. I found out I was being disrespected. I found out this or I found out that, or the man is out here playing in my face or whatever the case. And then I turned around and defaced his things. And mind you, I'm not judging you ladies that do. I'm not saying I'm not above y'all or anything like that. I don't think I'm better than y'all. I just don't personally understand it. Personally. because I know that it wouldn't make me feel better. I'm gonna slash your tires, and then after I slash your tires, I'm still crying. My heart is still broken. My feelings are still hurt. I'm gonna bust out your windows, and my feelings are still hurt. I'm still sad. I'm still, whatever the case. Hey everybody, it's your favorite new girl in the weather. I'm just coming here to let y'all know about my Patreon. If you have not yet, now is the time to go ahead on over. This is a group chat for me and all of my newbies. There is a secret podcast called The Dark Side of Newbies. Full vlogs, receipts to story times, and much, 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 much more. If you want to have a private conversation with me, that goes on the Patreon as well, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not check my DMs on other social media platforms. You know what to do to go on to be in the new. Oh, and don't forget, hit my link tree. It's linktree.com/NewEvaNation. Follow me on everything that you see I'm on. Follow me there, because to be honest, you just never know which direction that we're gonna go in. And so if you have an issue where you can't find me, click on that link tree. Now it's time to be honest. Already had this conversation on TikTok. It was meant for y'all, but sometimes if I be on TikTok too long, the conversation just get ahead of me. I'm so sorry. But my question is, are you a mistress, or have you ever been a mistress? Side chick, side piece, the other woman, whatever the case. We already had a long drawn out conversation about this on TikTok. And I shared a little piece of a story about mine, and then we ended up having a heart to heart with someone in the comments about that. But now it's your turn here on Lights and News to share your story as well. So I talked about an instance with me where I have been a side chick or a mistress knowingly once. Now I'm saying that to say I'm pretty sure that I've messed around with someone else's man multiple times before, especially when you are in the business of being a hoe. And by the business of being a hoe, I don't even mean actually being a 304, actually selling girl stock kids or anything like that. I just feel like if you have had relations with multiple people over the course of your life, you are bound to cross paths with someone. In my opinion, that's just how I feel. Because once again, men aren't honorable people. Men do not be honest. Men don't tell the truth a lot of the times about whatever it is they have going on. There are so many men out here in the world who feel like they have to finesse to be able to obtain the things that they would desire for that moment. And so if that means that they're going to pretend like that that you're the only woman in their life in order to get you, they will do that if they see that that's what you require. I knowingly messed around and became a mistress once. I was really young at the time. Me and him had started boot knocking when I was 17 years old. At the time, he wasn't married, but he was in a relationship with the girl. They were dating. And then throughout the whole course of me and him doing whatever it was that we were doing, he was dating that girl at first, and then he turned around and proposed to her. Now they're engaged. Now they're fiancés. Then they turned around and they got married. He's still bouncing on my back. Then one child come, two children come, three children come. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. And throughout that whole thing, he's still coming bouncing on my back. So that all happened over the course of like 5 years. Within those 5 years, though, I finally cut it off. I do believe if I never cut ties with him, we probably would still be jamming with each other to this day. This has been almost 20 years at this point. It did go on for 5 years. It wasn't a continuous thing. It would like, I could hold off of him for 3 or 4 months at a time. But he was the only source of yay that I had at the time too. So like after about 3 or 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, I'd be finding like, oh my God, I need it. And if he was to cross paths with me, offering the yay, because that's all he had to give me, I would accept it because I wasn't out there like that as far as sharing my body with multiple people at the time. The situation to me was not what the situation was to him. I also was starting to feel extremely guilty about my involvement with him, knowing what he had going on. Because the thing about it is, it's not like you chose me. It's not like you liked me more or wanted me better, whatever the case, as opposed to me and her. You made your decision on who you truly wanted to be with. You married her. You had children and started a family and things with her. It's her that you're taking care of. Like all you're doing over here is leaving me with a wet dude. Like that's it. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, like yes, he caught me young, but like as I started getting older and stuff like that and dealing with him more and more, the yay wasn't even talking about nothing to me no more. Like it wasn't even like the highlight of my day. So it really was a waste of my time. I didn't want to do it anymore. And I had genuinely gotten to that point within our situationship, like 2 years into it. But like I said, it lagged on from there. I kept trying to cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. But I finally just had to finally just remove myself from it all the way completely. Now, also, if any of y'all remember episode 1 of Nights with New podcast, What's Understood Has to Be Explained, I told y'all about that story too, briefly, about that situation where me and that guy, we were dating for 3 years, and then 3 years into our relationship, he finally let me know, like, we're not in a relationship. I'm not his girlfriend. I'm just a cool friend to him. What I did not mention is also shortly after that, I found out he was married that entire time. If y'all have any more questions or wanna know more details about that, we'll talk about that over on Patreon. Okay? Now it's time for you to tell me what had happened. If you have a what had happened story, be sure to email me at nightswithnue@gmail.com. That's NIGHTSWITHNUE@gmail.com. And send me your story because I really want to hear from you. Also, once again, keep your emails short. A paragraph or two is enough. Try to condense it all down to get it so I can be able to feature it on the next show. Today we do have a what had happened entry titled Child Predators. Hey, New. My story I've always kept to myself, but as a child growing up, my child predator was my cousin. Yes, my cousin, my mother's sister's son. That's your first cousin. Wow. My mother and her sister was not close because my mom popped her for saying I was ugly and would never be pretty. But nevertheless, my mom raised my aunt's son, 4 boys, and they lived with us. I've had a friend who visited me every day with my other homegirls. Well, one day after my homeboy left, we played games and then he asked me, Sweetie, how come so many boys live here? I said, my mom takes care of them because they don't like their mom. He asked if I've ever been touched by my older cousin because he said he saw how he looks at me. At the time, I said no because it was true. Well, I knew that day my cousin came in my room rushing my friend to leave. My friend said, call me and my mom if you need this. My friend left and I went to lock the door. After coming back to my room, this 17-year-old boy came into my room. He said that everyone would not be back till later as he has locked my door and I got up to leave. He pushed me back on the bed and then he said that he wanted us to play a grown-up game. He then pulled out his yay and said to rub him. I said, no, I don't want to. I held my head down and closed my eyes and he started rubbing his yay. He said, look, I do this at night when I see you in the tub. Then he roughly grabbed my face and said, don't tell nobody that we do this. This is this, or I will tell your mama that you've been doing this with that punk ass friend of yours. He held me down and he started doing what he wanted to me. I was 5 when it started up until I was 12. I fought back at 12 years old. I live with this secret. I've lived with this secret New, but I cry a lot because I blame myself. And if you're wondering, no, I don't go around him. He just recently got a 13-year-old pregnant. And he is 46 with 6 daughters, and his first baby mama was 15. His mama is a wicked helper, and she thinks that he don't do a damn thing wrong. I don't go around the family. I stay distant. Thank you so much, New, for listening to my story. I am sorry that your parents failed you in that way. I'm so sorry. I know what it's like living in a household where your parents open their doors to other people and those other spirits and stuff like that come in and then things end up happening to you beyond your control. I know about that all too well. I resonate with that. I resonate with that. And I hate that you've gone all these years without telling someone because it's eating you up. And I know it is because it ate me up when I went all those years without me saying something too. And What bothers me, especially in the Black community, I can't speak for no other community because that's the community that we're a part of. The depths and the amount of energy that people put into protecting predators is so, I just don't understand it, y'all. I do not understand it for the life of me. This man is 46 years old and has a 13-year-old pregnant. Why did DHR or CPS not get involved when the 13-year-old got pregnant? I feel like that they should make a law that anytime a teenager gets pregnant, they should automatically open a case to make sure that it is by another teenager at least. If it's two teenagers, it's a teen pregnancy all the way across, fine. But it should always be some type of investigation to make sure first that it is not an adult. Because I just saw a story where this 11-year-old girl just had a baby. Her daddy was a pastor, married to her mama, and they also had, I think, 4 kids. And once she had the baby, they wanted to do a DNA test on the baby. And for DNA, they asked the daddy for his DNA, and he seemed to be all dumbfounded and like, oh, why you need my DNA? Because it was your fucking baby. Dirtbag. It was your baby. The grandmama and the mama in the house, and they allow these things to happen. And they coddle these men. Like, it's just, I'm so sorry, baby girl. I'm so sorry. And I wish I had some advice for you, but I don't. The only thing I can say is, like, I commend you. You are brave. You are not ugly. You're a beautiful person with a beautiful soul and a beautiful spirit. And you are strong for being able to live your life and continue to move past this. But I'm almost certain that he got all girls. He's touched them girls too. And he's going to continue to do this. Like I've said, when it comes to predators, if you're 17 years old and you want a 4-year-old, then you turn into a 27-year-old that wants a 4-year-old, and you turn into a 37-year-old that wants a 4-year-old. The age of attraction don't grow with your age. It's like, and for the people that sit there and protect these people and coddle these people, I feel like they deserve the same amount of time that these people get. And mind you, these pedophiles and rapists, and they don't even get a lot of time. They only be locked up for like 4 or 5 years. It don't be shit that they be getting. I got a cousin right now, y'all, had her innocence taken away from her. And she was 12 by a grown man. I'm talking about in his either late 30s or early 40s, grown at the time. And this happened. That girl grown now. She's grown now. I talked to her mama about this situation recently just to find out that they just kind of just threw the case away. They just threw the case away. They did a rape kit on the girl and everything, and had his bodily fluids inside of her. So it was evident that something happened. Wait. Okay, y'all, since that was a pretty heavy note, I'm gonna share this with y'all just so we can laugh before we leave for the night. I don't want to leave on such a low note.
Just sit up straight. There. Okay. No. No, we're not done.
On that note, y'all, a night. If you've made it this far, thumbs up the video, comment a peace sign, and also subscribe. Because with new insight, I know you had a better night. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and watching and stuff. I'll see y'all next Wednesday at 9 o'clock.